I threw a birthday party for my niece, but my sister turned it into her wine night. So I took the cake, left a note, and walked out. My mom's angry voicemail was gold. So picture this. I'm 28, single, and apparently the designated TO, family party planner / unpaid babysitter. My niece Ellie just turned 5, and honestly, she's the only reason I still show up to family gatherings. This kid is pure sunshine, always running up to me with her messy pigtails and that gap-toothed grin that could melt your heart faster than ice cream on hot pavement. My sister Kim? Whole different story. She's 31, acts like she's still 21, and treats motherhood like it's some kind of part-time gig she can clock out of whenever she feels like hitting the town. Don't get me wrong, I love my sister, but watching her with Ellie sometimes makes me want to shake her until her teeth rattle. 3 weeks before Ellie's birthday, I'm sitting in my apartment scrolling through Pinterest like some kind of party planning. Psycho, putting together the most amazing unicorn-themed celebration. We're talking rainbow streamers from Party City, a custom cake from that fancy bakery downtown that costs more than my grocery budget for a week. And I even hired this animator, lady who does princess parties. Cost me like $400 total, but seeing Ellie's face light up, worth every penny. Kim, meanwhile, is posting Instagram stories from some wine bar with her latest boyfriend, a guy named Brad who wears backward baseball caps unironically and probably peaked in high school. Real winner, that one. When I text her about the party details, she just hearts my messages and doesn't contribute a single idea or dollar. Classic Kim move. The morning of the party, I'm at her place by 9 a.m. with my car packed like I'm moving cross-country. Decorations, goodie. Bags, enough snacks to feed a small army, and this gorgeous unicorn cake that took the baker 3 hours to make. Ellie comes running to the door in her pajamas, and when she sees all the rainbow stuff, she literally starts jumping up and down screaming about how it's the best day ever. That right there, that's why I do this stuff. Not for Kim, not for my parents, but for this little girl who deserves to feel special on her birthday. Update. Just wanted to say thanks for all the support in the comments. Some of y'all are asking why I kept doing all this stuff for my family. Honestly, I'm asking myself the same question now. But wait until you hear what happened when the adults showed up. Kim stumbles out of her bedroom around 10:30, looking like she got hit by a truck, still in yesterday's makeup and reeking like a brewery. She takes one look at all my decorations and goes, "Oh wow, you really went all out, huh?" Like it's some kind of surprise that I actually care about her daughter's birthday. The party's supposed to start at noon, and by 11 I've got the whole place looking like a unicorn exploded in the best possible way. Pink and purple streamers everywhere, balloons tied to every chair, and this amazing photo booth setup I saw on TikTok. The animator shows up right on time, this sweet college girl, dressed as a fairy princess who immediately gets down on Ellie's level and starts talking about magic and wishes. Then my parents arrive. Mom's carrying a bottle of Kendall Jackson Chardonnay, and Dad's got a 6-pack of Stella Artois tucked under his arm for a 5-year-old's birthday party at noon on a Saturday. But hey, priorities, right? "Oh, honey, this looks wonderful," Mom says, giving me this patronizing pat on the shoulder. "You always were the creative one." Then she turns to Kim and starts gushing about how lucky Ellie is to have such a devoted mother. I'm standing right there, covered in glitter and streamers, and it's like I'm invisible. The other kids start showing up around 12:15, Ellie's little friends from preschool with their parents who actually seem excited to be at a kid's party. The animator gets everyone gathered in a circle for some kind of magical story time, and for about 20 minutes, everything's perfect. Ellie's laughing, the other kids are mesmerized, and I'm thinking maybe this is actually going to work out. Then Kim decides she needs to set the mood and starts opening wine bottles at a children's birthday party before 1 p.m. "Oh, come on," she says when she sees my face. "It's Saturday and Brad's coming later. We can have a little fun too, right?" She pours herself a generous glass of the Chardonnay and offers some to Mom, who obviously says yes because heaven forbid she miss out on day drinking. Within 30 minutes, my carefully planned children's party has turned into some kind of wine tasting event. Kim's got Spotify playing her chill vibes playlist instead of the kid-friendly music I specifically queued up. Mom and Dad are deep in conversation about some drama at Dad's work, completely ignoring the fact that there are children literally running around their feet. And Kim? She's taking selfies with her wine glass, captioning them "Mommy's Little Break" and "Saturday Vibes," like she's at some trendy brunch spot instead of her daughter's birthday party. The animator keeps trying to get everyone's attention for the planned activities, but it's like herding cats. The parents of Ellie's friends are giving each other these looks, you know the ones, where they're trying to figure out if this is normal or if they should maybe grab their kids and bounce. I'm running around trying to salvage the situation, serving cake to the kids while the adults treat the whole thing like their personal social hour. But here's the thing that really got me steaming mad. Ellie keeps trying to show Kim her face, painting her balloon animal, the little craft project the animator helped her make. And every single time Kim's like, "That's nice, baby. Mommy's talking right now," not even looking at her own daughter on her birthday. Update. Y'all are asking, what finally made me snap? Well, let me tell you about the moment that changed everything. Some of you saw this coming, but trust me, you're not ready for how this all went down. Around 2 o'clock, Brad shows up. This dude walks in wearing ripped jeans and a tank top to a 5-year-old's birthday party, immediately grabs a beer from the fridge like he lives there and starts talking about some fishing trip he went on last weekend. Loud. Really loud. Loud enough that the animator has to raise her voice to get the kids' attention. Kim is practically hanging off this guy, laughing, at everything he says like he's the funniest person alive. Meanwhile, Ellie's tugging on her mom's dress trying to show her the magic trick the animator just taught her, and Kim literally brushes her off. Not now, Ellie. Mommy's friends are here. Friends? This is her daughter's birthday party. I'm watching. All this unfold while I'm cleaning up juice boxes and trying to keep the other parents from fleeing the scene. One mom comes up to me and quietly asks if this is normal, and I don't even know what to say. How do you explain that your sister treats her own kid's birthday like an inconvenience? Then Brad decides he needs to help with the music situation. He connects his phone to the Bluetooth speaker and starts playing some rap playlist with explicit lyrics at a children's party with 5-year-olds present. The animator looks at me like she's wondering if she should pack up her stuff and leave. Hey Brad, I say, trying to keep my voice level. Maybe we could stick to the kid-friendly music, since it's a children's party? This guy looks at me like I just asked him to solve calculus. Oh, come on, live a little. Kids don't even pay attention to lyrics. Kim actually giggles, and goes, she's always been a little uptight about stuff like this. Uptight. About wanting clean music at a 5-year-old's birthday party. That's when I start seeing red. Not the fun kind of red like Ellie's balloon animals, but the kind of red that means someone's about to get a reality check they won't forget. I excuse myself to the kitchen, taking deep breaths and trying to figure out how to salvage this disaster. Through the doorway, I can see Ellie sitting by herself on the couch, looking lost and confused while all the adults ignore her and the other kids play without her. On her own birthday, at her own party. And that's when it hits me like a freight train. This isn't the first time. This is just the latest in a long line of moments where I've been the one actually parenting Ellie, while Kim gets all the credit for being her mom. Think about last Christmas, when I was the one who stayed up until midnight assembling Ellie's bike, while Kim was out at some holiday party. I think about the countless times I've picked Ellie up from daycare because Kim had plans or was running late. I think about every birthday, every holiday, every important moment where I've been the one making sure this kid feels loved and celebrated. And what do I get for it? Called uptight, treated like the help. Expected to organize, pay for, and execute everything while Kim swoops in to take photos for her Instagram and play the role of fun mom. I'm standing there in the kitchen, listening to Brad's awful music and Kim's fake laugh, watching my niece look sad and forgotten at her own party, and something just snaps. Not in a crazy way, but in a clarity way. Like when you've been looking at one of those optical illusion pictures and suddenly you see what's really there. I walk back into the living room where the animator is packing up early because nobody's paying attention to her show. The other parents are clearly ready to make their exits. Ellie's still sitting alone on the couch, and Kim's taking a selfie with Brad and my parents, wine glasses raised like they're celebrating something. Hey, Kim, I say, loud enough for everyone to hear. Can I talk to you for a second? She rolls her eyes but follows me to the corner of the room. What's up? You're being weird. I'm being weird? Kim, this is your daughter's birthday party. She's sitting alone while you're getting drunk with your boyfriend and treating this like your personal happy hour. Oh my God, you're so dramatic. The kids are having fun. Everyone's having a good time. Why can't you just relax for once? I look over at Ellie, who's now crying quietly because one of the other kids accidentally popped her balloon animal. None of the adults notice. None of them care. You know what? You're right. I am being dramatic. I'm dramatically overestimating how much you actually care about your daughter. Kim's face goes red. Excuse me? When's the last time you planned something for Ellie? When's the last time you paid for something for her? When's the last time you put her first instead of whatever guy you're dating or whatever party you want to go to? I'm her mother. I don't need to prove anything to you. Being her mother means more than just giving birth to her, Kim. It means showing up. It means caring about her feelings. It means not turning her birthday party into your wine. Night. Update. This is where everything exploded. Some of y'all predicted Kim would lose it, and boy, did she ever. But what I did next? Even I didn't see that coming until it was happening. Kim starts getting loud. Really loud. Loud enough that everyone in the room stops what they're doing to stare at us. You have no idea what it's like being a single mom. You have no idea how hard it is. I deserve to have a little fun sometimes. At your daughter's birthday party? It's one day. God, you act like I'm the worst mother in the world. And that's when mom decides to jump in, because heaven forbid Kim face any consequences for her actions. Now girls, let's not make a scene. Everyone's having a lovely time. I turn to look at my mother, this woman who raised me to believe that actions have consequences and that family means looking out for each other. Mom, take a look around. Really look. Is this what you call a lovely time for Ellie? Mom glances over at Ellie, who's now crying harder because the music is too loud and nobody's paying attention to her. For just a second, I see something flicker across her face. Maybe recognition, maybe guilt. But then she shakes her head and goes back to default mode. Your sister is doing her best. Parenting is hard and she deserves our support, not criticism. Our support. Not Ellie's support, Kim's support. What about my support? What about acknowledging that I'm the one who organized this whole party, paid for everything, and actually cares about making Ellie feel special? Dad pipes up from across the room. Nobody asked you to do all that. If you didn't want to help, you should have said something. If I didn't want to help. Like caring about my niece is some kind of burden I chose to take on instead of a basic human response to seeing a child being neglected. That's the moment I realize I'm not dealing with people who don't understand the situation. I'm dealing with people who understand it perfectly and just don't care. They're comfortable with the arrangement where I do all the work and Kim gets all the credit. They benefit from having someone to dump the responsibility on while they play happy family. And I'm done. I am completely, utterly, 100% done. I walk over to where the beautiful unicorn cake is sitting on the table, the cake I spent $40 on, the cake that took 3 hours to make, the cake that's supposed to be the centerpiece of Ellie's special day. I pick it up, box and all. What are you doing? Kim asks, finally paying attention to something other than Brad. I grab the bag of goodie bags I spent 2 hours putting together. Then I start unplugging my decorations, the lights, the photo booth props, the Bluetooth speaker that's been playing, Brad's terrible music. I'm leaving, and I'm taking my party with me. The room goes dead silent except for the sound of kids playing and Ellie's quiet sniffling. Even Brad stops mid-sentence in whatever story he was telling about his fishing trip. You can't take the cake, Mom says. Like I've just announced I'm robbing a bank. It's Ellie's birthday cake. It's my cake, that I bought, with my money, for a party that nobody here seems to actually care about. I'm moving fast now, rolling up streamers and stuffing decorations into bags while everyone just stands there, staring at me like I've lost my mind. Maybe I have. Maybe this is what losing your mind looks like, finally seeing clearly after years of being gaslighted into thinking you're the problem. Kim starts following me around the room. You're being ridiculous. You can't just leave in the middle of the party. Watch me. What about Ellie? You're going to ruin her birthday? I stop and turn to look at her, really look at her. Kim, you ruined her birthday the second you decided. Your social life was more important than your daughter. I'm just cleaning up the mess. I grab a piece of paper from the kitchen counter and write a quick note. If you don't need me to be here, then you don't need my party either. Good luck explaining this one to Ellie. Maybe try actually parenting for once. I leave the note on the coffee table where everyone can see it. The last thing I hear as I'm walking out the door with my arms full of party supplies is Brad asking, so, what are we gonna do about cake? I load everything into my Jeep and drive straight to my best friend Sarah's place. She takes one look at my face and the unicorn cake in my hands and just opens her door wider. Wine or tequila? She asks. Both, definitely both. I turn off my phone and spend the rest of the afternoon on Sarah's couch, eating unicorn cake and telling her the whole story. For the first time in hours, I actually feel like I can breathe. No guilt, no anger, just this weird sense of relief like I've been holding my breath for years and finally let it out. Around 7 p.m., I turn my phone back on. 23 missed calls, 47 text messages, and 1 voicemail from my mother. That's so unhinged I actually start laughing. How dare you walk out on your niece's birthday party? Your sister is devastated. Ellie was asking where you went and why you took her cake. This is the most selfish, childish thing you've ever done. And you need to call Kim right now and apologize. I don't know what's gotten into you, but this behavior is completely unacceptable. Family doesn't abandon family, and that's exactly what you did today. I play it for Sarah, who nearly chokes on her wine. Family doesn't abandon family. Where was that energy when they were abandoning a 5-year-old at her own birthday party? The text messages are a mix of guilt trips, insults, and demands that I return the cake immediately. Kim sends me a long rambling message about how I've always been jealous of her relationship with our parents, how I'm bitter because I don't have kids of my own, and how I've probably traumatized Ellie for life. Not one person asks if I'm okay. Not one person acknowledges that maybe, just maybe, I had a point about how the party was going. Not one person seems to care that I spent hundreds of dollars and hours of my time trying to make a little girl feel special, only to watch her get ignored and dismissed by the people who are supposed to love her most. But you know what? I'm not even mad anymore. I'm free. I text Kim back one simple message. I'll have a relationship with Ellie on my terms from now on. You can figure out the rest yourself. Then I block all of their numbers and order Chinese food. The next few days are blissfully quiet. I don't have to worry about picking up Kim's slack or managing everyone's expectations. I sleep in, binge watch Netflix, and remember what it feels like to have my weekends actually belong to me. On Wednesday, my phone rings from a number I don't recognize. It's Kim calling from someone else's phone. We need to talk, she says without even saying hello. No, we don't. Ellie keeps asking for you. She wants to know why you left and when you're coming back. My heart breaks a little bit hearing that, but I steel myself. Then maybe you should have thought about that before you turned her party into your personal happy hour. Look, maybe things got a little out of hand, but you completely overreacted. Taking the cake? Really? That was her birthday cake. Kim, do you want to know what I think? I think you called me because you need something. You probably have plans this weekend and need someone to watch Ellie, or you realize that planning kids' activities is harder than you thought. Am I right? Silence on the other end. Then, I have a date Saturday night. Brad's taking me to this new restaurant downtown. Bingo. Find a babysitter. I'm not available. Come on, don't be like this. You love spending time with Ellie. I do love spending time with Ellie, but I'm done being your free childcare service. I'm done planning parties you don't appreciate. I'm done being the responsible one while you get to play the fun mom. Figure it out yourself. I hang up and immediately call my lawyer friend Jake to ask about grandparents' rights and aunt visitation. Turns out, if I want to maintain a relationship with Ellie, I need to be smart about it. Over the next few weeks, Kim tries everything. She has dad call to guilt me about breaking up the family. She has mom try the "we're all worried about you" approach. She even gets Brad to text me some nonsense about how I need to let it go and be the bigger person. But here's the thing about being the bigger person. I've been the bigger person for years. I've been the one swallowing my feelings, making excuses for everyone else's behavior, and prioritizing family peace over my own well-being. And where did it get me? Taken for granted, disrespected, and expected to smile while I'm being used. 2 months later, Kim calls me crying. Really crying, not the manipulative crying she usually does when she wants something. I can't do this anymore, she sobs. Ellie had a meltdown at preschool today because I forgot it was pajama day. Again. And last week, I missed her parent-teacher conference because I had to work late. The teacher wants to have a meeting about her behavior, and I don't know what to do. I listened to her fall apart over the phone, and for a second, I almost cave. Almost. But then I remember Ellie sitting alone on the couch at her own birthday party while Kim took selfies with Brad. Kim, this is what parenting looks like when you don't have someone else cleaning up your mistakes. You wanted to be in charge of your own life and your own decisions. Congratulations, you got what you wanted. But I need help. I don't know how to do this stuff. Then learn. Take a parenting class, read some books, talk to other parents, do literally anything except expect me to fix problems you created. What about Ellie? She misses you so much. She drew you a picture at school and asked me to give it to you. That one hits me right in the chest. You can give her my address if she wants to send it to me. But Kim, I'm not coming back to be your backup parent. If you want me in Ellie's life, it's going to be on my terms, not yours. What does that mean? It means I'll take Ellie for a day once a month, just me and her. No family dinners where I'm expected to help with everything. No last-minute babysitting calls. No more parties where you treat me like the hired help. I'll have a relationship with my niece, but I'm done enabling you. Kim agrees, probably because she's desperate. Our first aunt-niece day is at the zoo, just me and Ellie. We have the best time. No distractions, no drama, just a 5-year-old getting to be the center of attention for a whole day. She tells me about school, shows me her missing tooth, and asks me about a million questions about the animals. When I drop her back off at Kim's place, she hugs me tight and says, I missed you, Aunt Hannah. I missed you too, baby girl. Kim watches from the doorway, and for the first time maybe ever, she looks like she actually understands what she's been missing. Not the convenience of having free childcare, but the actual joy of being present for her kid. 6 months later, things are completely different. Kim had to cancel 3 dates because she couldn't find a babysitter. She had to actually show up to Ellie's school events because I wasn't there to handle everything. She had to figure out birthday parties and play dates and all the mundane stuff that comes with being a parent. And you know what? She's actually getting better at it. Not perfect, not even close, but better. She joined a single moms group at the community center. She learned how to do Ellie's hair in something other than a messy ponytail. She actually planned Ellie's 6th birthday party herself, a small, simple affair at the local park with cake from the grocery store and games she found on Pinterest. I wasn't invited to help plan it, and I wasn't expected to pay for it. I just showed up as a guest, brought a present, and watched my sister actually parent her child. It was beautiful. Mom and Dad eventually came around too, though it took a while and some uncomfortable conversations about favoritism and enabling. Dad apologized first, admitting that they'd gotten so used to me handling everything that they forgot I was doing them a favor, not fulfilling an obligation. Mom took longer, but she eventually acknowledged that expecting me to be Kim's unpaid support system wasn't fair to anyone, including Ellie, who deserved a mom who could step up when needed. As for Brad, he's long gone. Turns out guys who show up drunk to children's birthday parties aren't exactly relationship material. Who could have seen that coming? These days, I spend my weekends doing things I actually want to do. I took a pottery class. I joined a hiking group. I'm dating a guy named Marcus who thinks it's awesome that I stood up for myself instead of weird that I abandoned my family. I still see Ellie once a month, and our relationship is stronger than ever because it's built on genuine love instead of obligation and resentment. The best part? Ellie's happier too. She's got a mom who's actually present instead of distracted. She's got stability instead of chaos. And she's got an aunt who shows up for her because she wants to, not because she has to. Sometimes setting boundaries feels like burning bridges, but sometimes the bridge was already on fire and you were just standing there getting burned. Walking away from that party was the best decision I ever made, not just for me, but for everyone involved. And that unicorn cake Sarah and I ate? Absolutely delicious.